A Father's Love, Episode 31, The Breaking News. I got home that day exhausted from the on and off crying that I experienced in school. I didn't eat lunch or play throughout the day at school. I lay in my bed at home rolling from side to side when I wasn't crying. Dad came home and sat in the living room. Some hours later, he knocked on my room door. He let himself in without waiting for my consent. "Are you okay? I noticed your lunch for school was in your bag and you didn't come down for dinner." Dad stood by the door while I had the pillow over my head. Dad observed me without saying anything. I began arranging how to dispel what happened to Dad. I turned around and sat down. "I see there's a problem." Dad sat in a chair and moved it closer to me. "In school today," I said and burst out crying. Dad looked terrified, and as he came closer to calm me, I eventually told Dad about the fight that ensued between Henshaw and I. By the time I finished, Dad was crying without holding back. There was silence for a few minutes. "Dad, what happened to my mom? Did you guys divorce?" Dad howled out loud so much that I felt like I needed to console him, but I was too weak to do anything. "I have dreaded how to break this to you," Dad said as his voice shook rigorously. "Your mom died while delivering you. The doctors managed to rescue you, but they couldn't save her." It seemed as if everything around me was going round in circles. Dad's eyes were closed as the tears streamed down his face freely. "What does she look like?" I said slowly. Dad took out his wallet and on one side was a picture which she took out and handed over to me. "Meet your mummy. The most loving woman to ever walk on the face of the earth," Dad said with a smirk. He shook his head in dismay and a fresh set of tears streamed down his face. The picture in my hand is a lady with a nice smile and an elegant appearance. She seems about the same height as Dad. I stared at the picture for a few minutes. What was she like? "She's always smiling and cheerful. A lot of times, young ladies and newly married ladies often visit our house to get life advice from her. She's outgoing and fun to be around. Whenever I have a concern, she's my go-to person. When you were in her womb, she would tell me how many times you kicked and in short, I would say something good to you every day. She is a good mom." Dad looked down. "I'm sorry you didn't have the opportunity to meet her." Tears streamed down Dad's face. "Dad," I said as Dad turned to me, "I'm sorry my arrival caused you the loss of your most prized jewel." Suddenly, Dad wiped his face and looked at me. God let go of his most prized jewel to reconcile man back to him. Eventually, God got reconciled to man and got his son back to himself again. The same way, I believe, our loss is temporary. We will be reconciled to Mom in a very glorious way," Dad said, smiling. I started smiling as well. "Thanks, Dad, for instilling a fresh hope in me. Don't go around carrying any guilt over your head. Your mom told me some things about you. I'll share them in bits with you, but I know she will die for you 100 times over." "Dad, can you share some tonight?" Dad rolled his eyes and adjusted his seat.